Hello friends, a very warm morning to all the viewers. Hope you are safe at your homes and following the guidelines issued by Health Ministry and Government of India. Children, this pandemic will end with God's grace. This might take a little time. Life will come back to normal track. But this little crucial period must not affect your studies, as this year is the last year of your school life. This year is the most significant and determining year of your professional life. It must not be taken easily. It should be taken seriously, sincerely. Keeping this in view, we are going to start our studies for the session 2020-21 for the subject English code 301. I repeat, English code for code 301. Children, students, like class 11th, this year class 12th also has been prescribed 2 books. Last year we had Hornbill and Snapshots. This year again we have 2 books. The book 1 is Flamingo and book 2 is Vistas. I repeat, book 1 Flamingo and book 2 Vistas. So hope many of you have the books ready with you. But those who do not have, do not be panicked. Online PDFs are available. You can download the PDFs and start your studies, start your lessons. Here we go with book 1. So children, here we go with book 1, Flamingo, and the very first lesson of this book. Yes, the very first lesson titled The Last Lesson. You heard right. The Last Lesson, written by a French novelist and a short story writer, Alphonse Daudet. This chapter is set during the time when France-Prussian War was going on. I repeat, France and Prussian War was going on in the year 1870, in which France was defeated by Prussia and was overruled by Prussia. See children, now but order has come from Berlin that only and only German will be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. No, their native language will be used. Native language, the national language, French, will be used by the people of France. So here they are denied to use, to speak, to write, to read, to study, to learn their own language. And therefore the chapter shows their anger, their frustration, I repeat, their anger, their frustration, their guilt, their sadness, their disappointment and regret. Regret for not taking the thing seriously. Regret for not learning the language sincerely, on time. So, therefore, we can say that this chapter has the theme of the patriotism. Patriotism, love for the nation, love for the country, love for the country's traditions, love for the country's language, because now French people are deprived of use their own language, their own native language. Now children, imagine our national language is Hindi, we are using English also, and if we are denied to use these languages, how we feel? So the same were the feelings, the same was the situation in France at that time. And this chapter is going to show you the theme of the patriotism in that way, as well as how war affects the minds of the people and the lives of the people. See children, war never brings peace. War is a big threat to humanity and human society. Therefore, this war between France and Persia has also affected the minds, the lives of the people of the France, the common people. It does not have only the economically and the politically effects. It has the effect on the lives of the people, the common public. And therefore, this frustration, this anger has been shown in this chapter, The Last Lesson. Now, why the last lesson is titled? I will explain you at the end of the chapter. Let's see the themes as I have just discussed, the main themes of this chapter. So first we see impact of war on the lives and the minds of people. Secondly, we see the patriotism. Patriotism, love for nation, love for country, love for tradition, love for language. Or we can say here in this chapter, more is shown the significance of language, the importance of language, or we can say linguistic identity. Now, what is linguistic identity? uh, Children, whatever language we use, we speak, we learn, we study, we are using that language since our childhood, like Hindi, Rajasthani, English, or whatever. It becomes our identity, it becomes our dignity. And if suddenly we are asked to stop using this language, to stop speaking this language, and are imposed the other language, another language which we are not comfortable, how we will feel? So similarly, these French people were feeling, they were feeling uncomfortable, they were feeling that they are losing their linguistic identity. So therefore this chapter shows these two themes, two main themes I told you. The first is the war, impact of war on the lives and the minds of the people, and secondly linguistic identity, as these French people had the fear that now they are going to lose their linguistic identity. Let's start this chapter. Though this chapter have few hidden messages for you, because I should say, as you are in the 12th class, the board class, the most crucial year or determining year of your professional life, as I said earlier also. So hidden themes also, why this chapter has been kept as the first chapter of your book, I will tell you later on. Let's move to the chapter now. So the protagonist is a Franz, is a school boy Franz. I repeat, Franz, just a school boy. Now you are also the school students, generally how the students are. He was also like the other students, indisciplined, unpunctual, careless, less bothered about studies. Okay, today he is rushing towards his school. I repeat, he is rushing towards his school. Why rushing? Why running? Because he was late. Because he is late for his school, he is running, he is rushing. And also he has forgotten to study, to do his homework. He has forgotten to do his homework. What homework he had been given? He had been given the homework to learn participles, to study participles, because they are to be questioned today in the class. Now this child, Franz, this school student, has not only forgotten to learn his lesson, participles, as well as he was late. General students are like this. Same, Franz is also there. Now, he rushes to the class. He does not pay heed to anything on the way comes to him. He does not pay any attention to it. He continuously going, rushing, running towards his school because he was getting late, and also he had a fear in his mind that he would be scolded by his teacher. Of course, why he would be scolded? Yes, because he is late, as well as he has not completed his work, as well as he has not learned the participles. So he had a fear in his mind that he would be scolded by his teacher in the school. And on the way to school, he finds a lot of crowd, a great crowd in front of the bulletin board. Now this bulletin board, which is also known as a notice board, has been publishing all the bad news for past 2 years about the war. The war which I told you just now, the France-Persian War. So all the bad news came from this bulletin board. Today also there was a lot of crowd, but because Franz was getting late for his school, he did not pay any heed to that also. He thought that any other news would have been there. He was least bothered about it. Finally, he reaches to the school. And when he comes to the school, he was surprised. He was surprised to see what he saw. What he saw everything unusual, everything strange there. What strangeness, what unusualness? Everything was silent, silent like Sunday morning. He compares the school on that working day like a Sunday morning. Why Sunday morning? You know, children, Sundays are the holidays, and therefore the schools are closed, teachers are not there, students are not there, the buildings are quite closed, classrooms are quite empty without students. Otherwise, on general days, on working days, what happens? Lots of hustle and bustle, noise of the students talking in the group, reciting their lessons, teachers in the staff room, teachers talking, gossiping, teaching, wrapping the rulers on the tables, this and that. That day he was already late, and when he reached the school, he saw the strange atmosphere in the school. The school was quite silent like Sunday morning, and he looks inside the classroom. He found children sitting there. He found children sitting there. He found even the teacher was there inside the class. But still no sound. Still everything quiet. You know, on other days, whenever he was late, he counted on this commotion. Counted on his commotion. He entered the class without anyone's notice because of this noise, the hustle or bustle of the students, the wrapping of the ruler by the teacher, the children reciting their lesson, and he just skipped in the class without anyone's notice. But today, as everything was quiet and calm like Sunday morning, he felt nervous that how he would enter the class. He felt that today he cannot hide himself by being caught of being late. So he did not have any choice, he did not have any option, and he entered inside the class. And to his surprise, his teacher, M. Hamel, who is his French teacher, does not scold him. He was sure that his teacher would scold him for being late, but his teacher did not scold him. Instead, he welcomed him in the class and asked that they were about to begin the lesson. He felt so shy, he felt so embarrassed, he felt so nervous. He entered the class, found a bench and sat there. Now when he sat there, he saw children all around him. He saw M. Hamel was also sitting there on his chair. Then he noticed something more unusuality, some more strangeness in the classroom also. He saw the backbenches. The backbenches, which always remained empty, were occupied today by the villagers. The backbenches which remained unoccupied, which remained empty, to that day they were being occupied by the villagers. Again he was surprised. So I repeat the things again. He was getting late for school. He forgot to learn participles. Okay. He comes to the school compound. He finds a lot of crowd. He found a great crowd in front of the bulletin board. He entered the school, silent, calm, unusual atmosphere in the school. He entered the class. The teacher did not scold him. He entered the class. He saw the backbenches empty, and then he noticed his teacher, M. Hamel, was in his special attire. He was not in his regular uniform. M. Hamel, his French teacher, was wearing his special clothes. The clothes which he used to wear on special occasions like annual day or the prize distribution ceremony. He realizes that something has happened. Therefore, everything is strange. He has missed something. Okay, therefore, everything is unusual. He finds everyone sad, everyone silent, everyone solemn. And then, all of a sudden, he saw his teacher, his French teacher, M. Hamel, stands and announces in a grave, in a serious, in a solemn tone that it is his last lesson in French, as the order has come from Berlin that only German would be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. No more French would be taught there. This was a thunderclap for little Franz, a sudden shock for him. He feels sad, he feels disappointed, he feels guilty. Now, why he feels guilty? Because he never took his studies sincerely, he never took his studies seriously. His learning language, he does not know anything about his language. He cannot write it, he cannot read it properly, he cannot speak it properly, and now he is denied to learn his language. He is forced to learn the language of the other country. Okay, so he understands the reason of all this strangeness. I repeated just now the strangeness, what he noticed, all those things to him, the bulletin cloud at the bulletin board, the Amhamel in the special attire, backbenches occupied by the villagers, students silent, calm, serious, solemn, school quite like Sunday morning. Amhamel did not scold him because he was late. So all this strangeness is because of this. He understands the reason of this unusuality everywhere. Now he understood Amhamel wearing his special clothes to honor his own language, as it is his last lesson in French, which shows his love for his language. I told you the theme: patriotism, love for country, love for nation, love for language, love for tradition, love for rituals. So it also shows that Amhamel was wearing his special attire to honor, to respect his language, his last lesson, to respect, to show his love, to show his respect to his last lesson, which was in French. Okay, and these villagers, they also have come to respect their language by attending the last lesson in French. Okay, as well as to pay tribute to Amhamel for spending 40 years of his life in this service. Okay, 40 years of his life he has spent there in teaching French to France people. So the villagers were there. He understands everything. He understands all the reasons of this unusuality. He understands all the reasons of this strangeness. Before some time, when he was reaching to school, when he was rushing to school, books, studies, language, learning, all seems burden to him. But now he feels guilty. Those old books, they seemed his old friends. Those books which seemed burden to him just before some time, nuisance to him just before some time, now the same books he feels like are his best friends, the old friends which he can never give up, which he can never leave. Okay, he is asked because all of a sudden he is asked to leave his own language. He is asked to forget his own language. That is the time when French and everyone in the class realize the importance of their own language, because now they are imposed, they are forced the language of the other country. A friend starts feeling bad not only for not learning the language, not only for losing his native language, his national language, but also for his his teacher, French teacher Amhamel. Though he does not like his teacher because his teacher was strict. Children, you also do not like your teachers, as they remain strict, they remain disciplined, they again and again ask you for continuing your studies. So teacher, he also started feeling bad, he also started feeling sad for Amhamel, because now no more he will be able to attend his class, now no more he will be able to see his teacher, Mr. Amhamel. Here I would like to give you an example of human tendency. You know, children, we people take things for granted, take people for granted. They are with us, we do not value them. When we lost them, we started missing them. we start remembering them. Same happens with friends. He also starts feeling bad for his teacher, the teacher which he felt was cranky, the teacher which he felt was strict. He did not like his teacher, but suddenly he started liking after hearing this, that this is the last time that he is going to see, or he is going to meet, or he is going to attend his class, his teacher's class. When found, it is clay. When lost, oh, it was gold. I hope you understood what I mean to say. We are also of the same nature. When we find the things, we take them easily. When we find the people, when we have the people in our life, we take them for granted, we take them for easy. But when we lost them, we realize their value. We start realize their value. We start missing them. Same happens with friends. Now, while he is thinking all of these things, he is questioned by M. Hamel on participles. Now, you remember he has not learnt anything on participles. Now, when he is questioned on participles, he was speechless. He has not learned. He cannot answer. He cannot speak a word. And he felt shame. He felt nervous. But M. Hamel did not scold him at that time also. I repeat, M. Hamel does not scold him at that time also. Why? See, M. Hamel, because it is his last lesson, he is also overwhelmed with emotions. Emotions that after spending 40 years in this class, he is going to leave this place. He is going to go away from this place. He is denied to teach his language. He is denied to teach students French, which was his native language, which was his national language. So, M. Hamel does not scold him, does not say anything to him. As far as we talk about friends who has not learned his language, who has not taken seriously, who has not taken his language seriously, sincerely, who has been careless towards his learning, towards his language, towards his studies, he feels guilty that he cannot answer the question, he cannot speak a word. And M. Hamel, who does not say him anything, because he knows that Franz himself is guilty, he himself is regretting for not knowing his own language, regretting for cannot speaking his own language. And he tells that it is the human tendency, it is the habit of the people to take the studies, to take their learning for granted, to take their learning, to take their language, to take their studies for granted. Yes, he tells that only Franz is not responsible for his not learning. Only Franz is not responsible for his learning. Only students are not responsible for their not learning. Now, who are responsible? He explains further. He blames three parts in the society who are responsible for not learning of the students. First, he blames himself, that means teachers, we teachers. He blames himself that whenever he needed a holiday, or whenever he wanted to go out for fishing, or whenever he wanted to water his plants, didn't he take a holiday? Okay, so he did not take the teaching seriously. Secondly, he held responsible to the parents, to the society. Why parents? Because parents do not force the children, or parents do not check on the students or check on their students that whether their children are studying or not. And the students themselves, they remain careless. Okay, they remain insincere towards their learning. They never take them seriously. They take them for granted. They think, they keep on postponing their learning. Postponing their learning till tomorrow. Now this tomorrow never comes. They keep on postponing their learning. They feel that they have lots of time and they will do the things later on, tomorrow and tomorrow. And in that way, though that tomorrow does not come and the time they lost in that way. So here Am Hamel blames teachers for not learning of the students, parents for not checking on their children whether they are studying seriously or sincerely or not, and the students themselves that they remain carefree towards their studies. And then he also explains his love for the nation, his love for the language, his love for French language, his native language, his national language, by saying that French is the most logical language in the world. French is the most logical language in the world. Now children, is that so? Might be, might not be. Every person loves their country, loves their language, loves their tradition, their rituals. So how it could be that only French is the most logical? We do not argue on this, but this shows his love for his language, this shows his love for his country, his love for his nation. He is so overwhelmed with the emotions that it is his last lesson in French that he keeps on praising the language. He keeps on praising his own national language, which shows his love for his own language. And finally, then he completes his last lesson by reading, reciting and writing. I repeat, by reading, reciting and writing. In the last section, writing, friends, finds a pin drop silence in the class. Everyone is sitting quiet. Everyone is studying seriously. Everyone is solemn that day. Everyone is sincere towards their learning that day, as if they want to learn everything in that single day. And Am Hamel, he is also so sincere. He is also, even his last lesson he delivers with utmost devotion, as if this poor man wanted to give everything he knows on that day or in his last class even. He does not want to miss any opportunity of teaching the students even in his last class. He does not want to miss any opportunity to give everything to his students in his last class. Now, that day when French was attending the last lesson of Am Hamel, he is surprised. He is wondered. Now, why he is surprised? Why he is wondered? Because he feels that he is understanding everything easily. He can understand whatever his teacher Am Hamel was teaching is teaching him that day. Or here we can say Am Hamel was teaching them so sincerely that students were understanding everything that day very sincerely. Now here we cannot say that the teacher was sincere only that day. Students were also sincere that day because it was their last lesson. Teacher was also sincere, serious towards his last lesson. So earlier French could not understand what his teacher was teaching to them, but today he understands everything and he finds it so easy how he could not pay attention to his language, how he took his language so insincerely. Okay, so he was regretting, he was feeling guilty for not learning his language on time or for not taking his learning seriously. This is what he is realizing, this is what he is feeling that time. He is feeling guilty for not being sincere, for not being serious, for postponing his lessons, for postponing his learning, okay, taking his books, his language for granted. Now while he is feeling sad and depressed, even not only he, everyone in the class, the villagers, they are feeling sad, they are disappointed, they are solemn, they are sincere towards this last lesson. Am Hamel, he is also sad, he is also feeling frustrated that he is denied to teach French into his own country. Other children, they are also sad, disappointed that they would not be able to learn their own language. Now while this all was being, French, who was already sad and depressed, okay, he finds peasants peasants, peasants cooing on the roof. And then he thinks and he wonders, will they make them sing in German, those peasants also? Understood? See, he was so frustrated, he was so angry that he questions, he wonders that will those Germans, that country, German, Prussian, they will be able to make these peasants also to sing in German? No, cannot. See children, animals and birds cannot be enslaved. They are free. They cannot be forced the language, they cannot be forced the rules and the restrictions. But humans, after the war, whichever country wins, they imposes their own rules, they imposes their own restrictions, they imposes their own languages, rituals, traditions, and so on. So here he is also feel frustrated. He feels that war and victory can control only the human mind, can control only the humans, but not their minds, not their souls. Okay, but they cannot control these birds, these animals. These birds and animals represent freedom. They are free to move, they are free to do, they are free to speak, they are free to use their own language. They cannot be forced the language of. Here birds, animals, these peasants especially, they represent the freedom of those people for which they are craving. Friends, not only notices all these things, he also notices his teacher's face, Hamel, his French teacher, who was so sad, who was so disappointed that he is going to leave this place where he has spent 40 years of his life. This classroom, this campus, this compound, he is going to leave everything. 40 years is not a less time in a human's life. So he is also disappointed, he is also sad, he is also frustrated, angry, you can say he is. Who? His teacher. His teacher, Hamel. He is very angry, he is very sad. So finally, this chapter shows the realization and sadness on the faces of people or on the minds of people when they lose their linguistic identity. When they lose their linguistic identity, their language, their native language, their national language. When they are denied to use, to speak, to write, to read, to learn, to study their own language. Finally, in the end, Hamel is so sad, he wants to say more and more to his children, more and more to his students. He wants to, inculcate more and more values towards, or more and more respect towards his language, towards his teacher, towards his nation, among the students. But he's so overwhelmed, he's so extreme in conditions that he is choked. He could not utter a word even. And when the clock struck 12, that means the school time is over, his last lesson is over, he goes on the board, the blackboard, and in the big capital letters he writes something. In the big capital letters he writes something on the board. He wants to say something, he wants to tell children something, but he becomes speechless, he cannot utter a single word. And then he writes on the board, what he writes on the board? Vive la France. I repeat, vive la France, which means long live France. Now what do you mean by this? Why he writes so long live France or vive la France? Come on children, again he is showing his love, his respect, his honor, his tribute, okay, to his nation, to his language. And the same he is going to teach to the students in his last lesson, to love their language, to respect their language, to hold their language, because it is the key to their prison. They can open the prison, they can get independence through this language only. Okay, so therefore he wants to tell his students, he wants to teach his students in this last lesson also, that They must continue with their language, they must love their language, they must respect their language, they must honor their language, because it is the only way that they can back independence, or they can get back their independence. So finally, if we see the chapter, we can see how war is going to affect the minds, the souls and the lives of the people living in France. Because now those French people are supposed to speak, supposed to talk, supposed to learn, supposed to study, supposed to write, supposed to read in a language which is not theirs. I repeat, they are supposed to use the language which is not theirs. Okay, and they are denied to use their own language. Their own language is strange in their own country. Okay, so obviously they are losing their linguistic identity, or I must say their linguistic identity is being snatched, and it is their last lesson in their own language. Therefore, the title Last Lesson. I told you that I will discuss the title after finishing the chapter, the last lesson, which is kept the very first lesson of your syllabus. It is going to teach you few messages. It is going to convey few messages. It is going to teach you few values. First one, patriotism. Love for country, love for nation, love for language, love for tradition, love for rituals, love for everyone in the country. Okay, so this time is the same one. We are staying at home, staying safe, not only ensuring the safety of our lives, but the safety of others, the safety of the country also. This is again the patriotism. Second is war. Impact of wars on the minds of people. I told you earlier that wars do not only affect economically and politically, they do have the mental, emotional effect on the minds, on the lives of the common people. Okay, so this is the people, they become frustrated, they become angry when they are enslaved. Nobody wants to be slave, nobody wants to be, everyone wants independence, everyone wants to enjoy the freedom, but when their freedom is snatched, they show their frustration in that way. Hidden themes. I told you that apart from this chapter has 2-3 more themes. So apart from patriotism, apart from war and its impact on the minds of people, third theme, you and me, or I must say me and you, teacher and student, student and teacher relationship. Students not serious about their learning, about their studies, not like their teachers, take their studies, take the people, take the things for granted. Okay, do not like their teachers for their strictness, for their care, for their punctuality, for their discipline. Okay, students careless, students unpunctual, generally I am talking about. Okay, so students, teachers strict, disciplined, try to give all to their students, try to give all the knowledge which they have in their minds, which they know, they want to give all to their students. Sometimes become cranky. Okay, as Franz described, Am Hamel cranky, but that day he likes him also. So third theme is the student teacher relationship. Student teacher relationship, this will remain the same. In the beginning you do not like your teachers, but later on when you grow up, when you settle in your life, you started missing your teachers, because they are the reason for what you would be in your future. And then human tendency of postponing the things, postponing the learning, postponing everything till tomorrow. Now this tomorrow which never comes, and later on only the guilt and regret is there. Later on only the guilt and regret is there, because the time which once passes never comes back. Okay, and the last theme, valuing the people, valuing the things, taking them for granted. I have given these lines also in my lecture. When found, it is clay. Clay, just insignificant. When you have the people in your life, you do not value them, you take them for granted, you do not try to learn from them, okay, you do not like them, you do not love them. And later on, when lost, it was gold. Oh my God. And when those people go away from your life, those things go away from your life, you start missing them. You start recalling those moments, recalling those memories associated with those things, with those people. So these were the themes and the messages given or conveyed by Alphonse Daudet in this last lesson. So children, this last lesson has been kept the first lesson of your syllabus with the view that you also take your sincerely since the day one. I repeat, since this day one, seriously and sincerely, so that later on you might not regret. Hope this lesson is clear to you, but still I would suggest you, after watching this video or after attending my class, this class, digital class, you must go through the text. You must go through the text, whatever is there in the books. Everything I have described here, everything I have explained here. Hope you have understood everything. Still, if you have doubts, we will get back in the next class. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you.